Plastics. One of the most important materials known to man. The first plastic, Bakelite, was invented by a man called Leo Baekeland in 1907, and he came up with the name plastics. The annual global demand for plastics has risen over recent years and is currently at around 245 million tons. Plastics make up to 60 to 80% of marine litter on a global scale. In Canada, 62% of total litter in the harbour originated from recreation and land-based uses. But what exactly makes plastics so useful?
Plastics are versatile and can be potentially transparent. Plastics are strong, and it can be used in a variety of ways. For example, binoculars. They are very cheap to produce. On top of that, they weigh barely anything.
Microplastics are smaller pieces of plastic that are often too small to see and found in the world's oceans. There are two types of microplastics, primary microplastics and secondary. Primary microplastics are made to be between 1 nanometer and 5 millimeters long. They often have uses in personal care products such as toothpaste, shower gel, and cosmetics. Secondary microplastics form from the breakdown of larger plastic items. This can be from fishing rods or ships and boats like the ones found here. Since microplastics have the ability to float, they can often travel long distances, and for this reason, they can last for centuries. So what dangers do plastic pose to the marine environment? We went on a wildlife boat trip to Cardigan in order to see the kind of animals and creatures that are affected by plastics.
So today we're in Cardigan. We're here to explore the wildlife and to see what sort of impacts plastics have here. Okay, Tony, so what sort of plastics do you see out at sea here?
Well, we're blessed really in that we don't see that much plastic compared to a lot, other places in the world. But we do see, plastic Coke bottles, all the usual brands floating around out there. I think that, and if we see stuff, we try to pick it up, but we don't see that much. I think one of the problems is that if people leave the tops on their bottles, they're much less likely to sink. So if some plastic bottles, if there's no top on them, they will eventually sink to the seabed, which doesn't sort of solve the immediate problem of them going away, but at least it means that they don't gather in great numbers. But we don't see that many. The things that we do tend to see a bit more of are helium balloons that have kind of come to the end of their life and sort of floating around. So when children lose them and they float off, quite often they'll end up out at sea. So they can be a problem because they can easily, some people think that turtles mistake them for jellyfish. So helium balloons are floating around, or carrier bags as well. So the fact that people get charged for carrier bags in Wales is a good thing, because hopefully that dissuades people from throwing them away too easily. They're the main things that we see, and obviously it's a problem for marine wildlife, just simply because of the materials in the plastic leaches out into the water, and then that eventually ends up in the food chain of the wildlife that we have here.
Plastics have a massive effect on marine life. Abandoned or lost netting physically traps mammals and fish through entanglement. This reduces movement, which can cause death from starvation or lower chances of reproduction dramatically. Plastics have a negative impact on a wide variety of marine life, which includes turtles, penguins, whales, dolphins, seals, sea lions, and many seabirds. There are over 100 species of seabird which are known to mistakenly ingest plastic debris or become entangled within them. It's common for carelessly discarded plastic six-pack loops to become caught around animals and then tighten and cut into the animal as it grows, potentially causing death. Many sea turtle species are seriously threatened by mistakenly feeding on plastic debris, in particular plastic bags. These often block their digestive system, which can cause reduced feeding capacity and lowers their energy levels, making avoiding predators and reproduction more difficult. Plastic pellets also have the potential to concentrate in large numbers and release fatal toxins.
So what exactly can you do to reduce this problem? The key to reducing our waste is recycling. For example, take this bottle that I was just about to bin. Look at the back, it says it can be recycled and it has the 2-arrow sign. Many towns and cities have bins that allow us to choose whether to recycle. Here, there's a recycling section and there's a litter section. So obviously I'm going to choose the recycling section. Another way is to reuse our bags. This is why I've bought my own bag today when I'm shopping, because I'm not going to pay 5p for Tesco's bag. This 5p strategy was implemented so that people would reuse bags more, and it is working.
So, what are some other ways you can get involved? Well, you could join your nearest beach cleanup team. These are groups that will scour the coast, picking up all the litter they can find. A quick internet search will reveal your nearest group, how to join, and how often they go out on their coastal cleanups. It's not always litter picking though. Often these groups will speak to members of the local community and explain what they're doing and why. Also, you could support campaigns such as Plastic Oceans and the Ocean Cleanup. These campaigns aim to reduce the amount of plastics entering the sea, and you can support them by donating or buying merchandise straight from their websites.
Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you've learned something about plastics and how you can reduce waste.